Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Austin Town, right here, Hollywood Gaming Casino in Austin Town. DJ Yoakley, Mike Swinehart, Sam Torres, and we're joined by a guy who I think it's the most, there's a lot of athletes here, there's a lot of business owners here, but you might be, Tom Brode, the person I'm most envious of in this entire place. Tom Brode joins us from 5-Star Sports and Framing?
5-Star Sports and Collectibles.
Collectibles, okay. I knew I was going to have trouble with that.
I'm probably the most hated person in this area.
Why would you say that?
Because everybody wants to get close to the athletes.
and
they get all mad because, sometimes we have to put up the borders like, hey.
So you're the guy that's responsible for bringing these athletes here?
A lot of them, yeah.
So talk to me about how you get started in that realm of business and responsibility.
Well, it's a lot of years of knowledge and getting to make connections. So a lot of the players, we go right to their agents, and then there's the agent, the players we get from other players. So once you do good business with somebody, they refer you to another player, and then you do good business with them, and then the doors start opening up. Now, I will tell you, I got my hands full August the 3rd.
Okay.
I'm bringing Terrell Owens in. And that guy has been known to walk out of signings. No one believes he's actually coming, but we do have a signed contract. And I have to bring his lawyer in and his agent in to make sure that there's no problems.
Really? So, how does that conversation start? And are you a lunatic because you're bringing him in?
Yes. So how it starts is we're doing so many signings, everybody's contacting us now. So they're coming out of the woodwork, and they're like, hey, I represent. Well, then all of a sudden I got an email, hey, we represent Terrell Owens and Mr. Winston, who's now your backup quarterback for the Browns. So do you have any interest?
Jameis.
So I said, well, absolutely. What's the price for T.O.? And they're like, well, I don't think he's going to do it. So it went, hey, I really want T.O. How much? Let's get it done. I don't want to do it. Okay, he's all in. So I stayed on it because it's Hall of Fame weekend that weekend. So we have T.O. going to be in Hartville.
So we talked about that before. You're local, but you're kind of like YSN. You kind of can pick up and go a lot of different places.
Absolutely.
What's the big?
So this is our first event we're doing over here.
Okay, I was just going to ask that.
Jim Davis is a real good friend of mine. Yeah. I've been doing, business with him for about 5 years. So he reached out to me, and I said, hey, let's bring this guy. Hey, I'll bring this guy. Hey, let's do this. It's a cool event over here. Great event. Great people. So we're going to be teaming up with a lot more events over this way and possibly make a card show in the bottom part of where they do the horse races.
That's what, and that's a rumor that I heard, but I saw a couple flyers over there. David Njoku and Jose Ramirez.
In 2 weeks, we have David. We have Joe Batonio, and we also have JOK.
Okay.
All going to be in Hartville.
Oh, you're speaking his language.
You're right on par with me, my friend.
Oh yeah. So, I know someone that can give you guys some VIP passes.
Hey, all right.
So I can give 3 VIP passes here. So I got you connected there.
So I guess my biggest question is, how big of a fanboy can you be with your gig and still stay professional?
So I'm not a starstruck.
Okay.
Now that doesn't say if Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson sitting right here, we got a different story. Outside of those two, there is no starstruck.
Okay. It's all business.
But if
right?
it's Michael Jordan, we're all like trying to figure out what to say or what to do, right?
Who's the guy that's been close to you to being the most starstruck? Is there anybody?
Not that I can remember.
Who's the biggest crowd you've ever brought in?
So David, last year during the playoffs,
okay,
we right before the playoffs started, we started pre-selling his tickets. So we sold 900 tickets in a week, and I had to cut it off. There would have been like probably 3,000 people show up. Now, when we put up Nick Chubb last year, we sold out in 5 minutes.
I bet.
So, but David, so you got to remember, if you sell 800 tickets, that's probably about 4,000 people. Because you got to remember, everybody's going to bring 3 to 4 or 5 people with them. So it was a lot of people.
So the other thing that nobody really talks about, there's these mystery boxes. You have jerseys for sale, autographed. So they can buy them with no autograph and then get them autographed themselves?
Yeah, so down here we're selling jerseys that they can get signed. But we we in the hobby, there's something about everybody loves to gamble. I mean, look, we're at a casino, right?
Sure.
Everybody likes to go put $20 into the casino and try to make it 40.
Right.
So take that mindset and put it in the memorabilia world. So now you got a mystery box. Who are you going to get? Montana, or are you going to get
Testaverde?
You're going to get Testaverde. Thank you. So
I always get Testaverde, man. It's a bummer.
I don't have any
no
luck
offense,
either.
Vinny.
I get no luck either.
So, I mean, do you pack these boxes yourself? How does that work?
I myself put this run together, but there's other deal. Every person, they have someone that's in charge of doing it.
Yeah.
We are actually now the proud partners with the Browns, so we're going to be, doing the Browns framing, and we're going to be selling mystery boxes.
Oh wow!
At the Cleveland Browns Stadium every single Sunday.
And I see the Buckeyes. We got Buckeyes. We got Steelers. We got Browns. Who else? I mean, obviously that's huge for here, but
believe it or not, the team mysteries sell better because you know at least what team you're going to get.
Well, yeah.
So if you want an Eagles jersey, at least you buy an Eagles box.
Exactly. That makes sense.
You want a Bears, you buy a Bears box.
And you see some of these other ones, it's just you get what you get. And you don't throw a fit.
All teams forget about it. You're going to get hammered.
I love it. I love it.
But that's that's going into a slot machine. You're going to get hammered.
Absolutely. So I got to ask you. You really got a chance to deal with some items and some different things that a lot of people, including myself, would just be over the moon to get. You don't get starstruck necessarily by the athletes, but have you run across something? Have you run across a jersey, a picture, a football that you looked at yourself and it made you smile that you were at least able to hold it for a minute?
So, yes. Well, first of all, I collect 3-foot bobbleheads.
Okay.
So I like life-size bobbleheads. I have 150 of them in my basement. So I ran into the coolest item ever, and I own it. I own, I know you guys have all watched The Express.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have his original contract. There's only one in existence. It's signed by Art Modell, and it's signed by Ernie Davis, and it's signed by Paul Brown.
That's incredible.
So that's a cool piece that I picked up out of a personal collection.
Is there anything out there that you're like, I have to have this before I go?
I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, so when I find Jordan stuff and LeBron, I just kind of like. Other than that, I don't get excited. Other than those two guys,
Incredible.
Jordan, LeBron.
That's incredible. So the business side of things, you talked about bringing these guys in. They got to sign a contract. There has to be an agreement. What has been the most awkward situation, and what has been the best situation you've had with an athlete?
The worst signing I have ever done in my life is after the Cavs won the world, the championship. So I had done previously signings with J.R. Smith.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say J.R. Smith.
So J.R. Smith, it's either the greatest guy or the worst guy.
Oh.
So he left me. So we did a signing at Summit Mall, and he showed up 4 hours late. The mall had already closed. Everybody's trying to get a refund. And he's in the golf course, forgot that he's supposed to come to a signing. Shows up with glasses on blaze. He had a good time, let's put it that way.
Oh, my goodness.
Signed, but it was a rough one.
Did you have to keep how'd you negotiate with the mall to keep the doors open?
Well, they feel bad for me. They just went out. Yeah, we worked it out, but it was an interesting deal. Worked out okay.
I love it.
But that 4 hour was a rough one.
Incredible.
So, how close are you to these signings? You're kind of overseeing them as they happen, right?
I'm the guy that has to take care of all the problems.
All right.
So when you have lines out that you don't know what to do with it, I gotta go find where we're gonna put this line now.
Yep.
So, you've been at this a while. What's the craziest thing you've seen somebody bring up to try and get an athlete to sign?
Here again, we're going back to J.R. Smith. We shouldn't really talk about it on air, but I tell you, no, they bring up a lot of things that they probably shouldn't do.
That's nuts.
And you can use your imagination.
I love it.
And ladies forget to put things on too.
Oh.
I'm just speaking facts.
So
these are in public places.
So we've talked about Michael Jordan. We've talked about the football, basketball, and that. Is there like an individual sport athlete that you've ever thought about possibly bringing on at all?
So, I deal with all the Cleveland guys. So, there's not a Brown that other than Myles Garrett, because he has exclusive with somebody else. We have David's exclusive. I'm working on exclusive with Denzel Ward. There's really nobody Nick Chubb's your best guy, but he's already under a deal, but we did a signing with him. The Guardians now, I got Ramirez. We have Clase. We're working on the leadoff hitter, Quan. We're working on Quan. So, basketball, Donovan Mitchell's with Fanatics, so trying to go through Fanatics to get Donovan. Other than that, but I will tell you the funniest story I've ever had. So, JR, I gave you that one.
Of course.
Shumpert, Amon Shumpert, okay? Great guy. I got to go pick him up. First of all, I get a speeding ticket going to pick him up. Okay? I get to pick him up. I got my wife's Cadillac CTS, which is a small, car, low profile tires, the no flats, So I go pick up Shump. He comes out with a spaghetti dinner on a plate, and I'm thinking to myself, is this guy really going to eat while I'm driving?
Not a to-go, like an actual plate.
He ate while I was driving. I was so scared to hit a bump because if those small, skinny tires, you can't hit a bump. Because
Not with spaghetti.
I was afraid he was going to wear the spaghetti dinner.
Oh my goodness!
I was afraid to talk to him because I'm like, if I take my eyes out the road and I don't go a certain speed, it's going to be a long ride home.
And we've talked about professionals. We've talked about some people that a lot of people know about. But another guy a lot of people know about is your son. Tell us about your son and kind of why he's pretty important around these parts.
So, my son was a pretty good athlete, and he played baseball, football. He would have been drafted in playing baseball, but he got hurt playing football. But he won 2 state titles at Archbishop Hoban as a player, and then he won 3 state titles as a coach, and he won a baseball state title. The first state title, he was assistant coach on the baseball team, and they haven't won since. He should have just took the job and let the after it was done. But my son's only 24.
He's a stud.
And that's a lot of state titles.
He's a stud.
Still coaching for Archbishop Hoban. So he only missed one of his titles that they won there because he had just went to college to play baseball. Then he got hurt there and then came back and then started coaching right away.
That's nuts. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool to, I coached baseball and football my whole life with youth. And then once time goes so by, but it's cool to go watch them coaching on the sideline, and it's not the same for me not being on the sideline, but it's cool to.
So for you, every dad wants to be the cool dad, right? So for you had to have those moments where he's like, oh yeah, my dad's he's driving Shump around with spaghetti in the back.
Yeah, that was when it was funny because they had all the friends and they could laugh at me. But now he's actually partnered up on the framing side of the business too. So now I'm sticking him out, trying to learn my job, what I'm doing.
So this is something that could be a family business?
Yes.
Awesome.
For sure.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you, Tom, so much for stopping by
Hey,
and what you
seriously,
did here.
You guys can always welcome to all of our signings that we have.
Oh,
anytime you guys want to come out there and set up in our store out there and broadcast from any of those, you're more than welcome to. And then, like I said, I'll give you guys some VIP passes anytime you guys want to come to any of my events.
Well, this is awesome.
You
This
just got to
is a great
get my
partnership.
contact, and
I got you. We'll get you, man. Thank you so
you
much.
can always help share our stuff out there. Get us.
We would
some,
love to. Absolutely love to. We're a sports network, and we love being able to promote this. And we want.
And if you ever need something framed, we're a custom frame shop, so we can do all your custom framing needs.
We know. You're talking like high school. Like they get their jerseys and stuff, they can get them to you?
Yes.
That's where it's at.
You get all the high school jersey. We'll put the plays in there. We could put all your high school plays in there, frame your jersey up. We have TVs on our stuff. Yeah, there's amazing what we're doing.
Oh, this is awesome. All right.
Once you see the product that we're putting out there,
How can people get in touch with you if they want to
so
see
you
what
go
you
to
have?
primetime12.com is our website. Primetime12.com. I'll get you a flyer.
Okay.
If you go to our website, you can purchase memorabilia. You get our contact, and a little secret. Every flyer you see for any of my signings, there's a phone number in the bottom corner. It's my personal cell phone number. So if anybody needs to talk to me personally, no other owner's putting their personal cell phone number on a flyer.
They'll find you, brother, no matter if you put that cell
And
phone
I answer the phone.
They will find you. I know that better than anybody. Tom Brode, thank you so much, man.
Thanks.
We appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Awesome thing you put on here. We're
Thank
so
you.
proud. We'll be
Appreciate you
back
guys.
right after this on your Sports Network.